I'm Tom Field, Publisher and Creative Director of Valley Business Front. Joining me today is Dr. Teresa Reinecke. She is Professor of Chemistry at Virginia Tech, and she works with Techulon at the Corporate Research Center at Virginia Tech. She's a scientist, a researcher in the biomedical field, and her story is entitled The Team Approach at Tech. It's an executive profile in the October 2000 edition of Front. The story is written by Rachel Garrity. Welcome.
Thank you.
I was reading the profile, and I ran through schools through your story from University of Wisconsin, Arizona State, Michigan, University of Cincinnati, Caltech, and now we find you're at Virginia Tech on campus here. Do you ever feel like you've left the classroom?
Absolutely not. No, that's what has inspired me on this journey, is to remain in the classroom, always remain a student, and continue learning about various things in the world, hopefully things that can help human health.
Great, excellent. In the story, there is mention of a product development, glycofect, and the way I understood it was it deals with anti-cancer therapy, and it seemed to be a big part of your life right now. Is that your main concentration right now in your studies?
Yeah. So glycofect is the product that was developed in our lab and is now being marketed. Right now, its primary purpose is to help biomedical researchers understand the genetic basis of a number of diseases like cancer, but then hopefully once we kind of get the product rolling, we can use the revenues to roll back into the program to develop new cancer therapeutics and get things through clinical trials with some of the materials that we're developing in my lab. But the current focus of my laboratory is anti-cancer therapeutics and the development of novel diagnostic imaging agents.
Great. Well, it sounds like a very intense journey, and you know, with what I read of the story, I'm just wondering what inspired you to go into this field?
Yeah, that's a good question. So during my postdoc experience at Caltech, I actually ended up switching fields. I was in more of an environmental field, which of course also is an important problem. But during my postdoc studies, I had the opportunity to work on human health, and the human genome had just been solved, and it's been a very exciting time in biomedical related research. And so I had an opportunity to learn about gene therapeutics, genetic basis of therapeutics, and that's what's inspired me. Also, a number of family members have battled cancer with both bad as well as good outcomes. My mother is a cancer survivor, and that has really inspired me to gear a lot of our health-related research towards cancer therapeutics and combating as well as diagnosing this terrible disease.
Great. Well, it's an interesting story. Thank you, Dr. Reinecke.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out the story again. It's The Team Approach at Tech, October 2000 edition of Front Magazine.